everyone. I hope you had a great holiday season, whether you celebrated Christmas, Hanukkah, or some other holiday. This year, Hanukkah and Christmas were actually on the same day, which usually doesn't happen since the Jewish calendar goes by the Lunar New Year, but this year they coincided. But whether you're celebrating one of those two holidays, another holiday, or if you're in a time of mourning, which does happen for some people during the holiday season, my heart goes out to you, and I wish you well, whether you're celebrating or mourning. Now, many of you are looking forward to the new year and making changes in your life, whether it be improving your mental health or some other goal, starting a business, or getting healthy, eating healthier and exercising. Whatever your goal may be, I applaud you and wish you well on your journey. And so for those of you who are trying to incorporate exercise into your routine, this video will focus on that interest. Now, whether you're a beginner or you've been exercising for years, it always helps to add a little variety to your routine. Since I like boxing and martial arts, as well as weightlifting, that's one thing I like to do to mix it up is I'll incorporate both. So what I'll do today is I'm going to do a circuit followed by hitting the bag. So the way I do it is I typically do 3 sets of a circuit, and so this circuit I'm going to include the hitting the bag as part of the circuit. So essentially you're going to hit the bag 3 times if you're doing 3 sets of an exercise. And if you're doing if you're doing another circuit, you can incorporate this into that circuit. Now it's always important to warm up, and you can warm up by hitting the bag. I recommend about 10 to 20 minutes, so 10 minutes if you're just getting into exercise. You can do biking or jogging. You could get on the elliptical, whatever it may be. You should always warm up first. Make sure you hydrate and make sure to stretch. So I actually warmed up on the heavy bag and I did my stretch already. Make sure to stretch whatever muscles that you're working on. If you're going to do triceps, so this is the tricep muscle. You will do a tricep stretch like that by pushing the elbow. Make sure to do both sides. You can stretch your chest by straightening your arm and pushing with one hand against a wall or some other surface. And I'm just shortening it for the video, but I do recommend doing it longer, maybe 10 seconds. And also make sure to do both sides. If you're doing legs or full body, make sure to stretch your quads. And then also hamstrings. So hamstrings, you can reach down and touch your toes. Another thing I like to do is squat down and straighten one leg. You can stretch the hip by having one leg over the other. And if you have the balance, you don't have to hold on to an object. One thing you can do to get more of a stretch is push down on your knee. Yeah, so make sure you get your warm-up, stretch, and make sure you're hydrated. I like to hydrate before the warm-up, after the warm-up, and then also in between sets. So let me just get some water. So I'm not going to do a long circuit. I'm just going to do a few exercises in this circuit and end the circuit with hitting the bag. Now, I should let you know that although I do have a background in martial arts, I've taken Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Right now I'm taking Wing Chun Kung Fu, and I have a really good instructor. His name's Sully Welch at the Welch Experience, and I will leave information about the website in this video, in this YouTube video, and if you're watching this on Instagram, I'll also share that website. You won't be able to click on the link, but I will share that information in the description. But I highly recommend him. He's really good. He was a student of Dainin Asanto, who was one of Bruce Lee's top students. So really good instructor. He also has a class called Savate, which is a French boxing style. So if French kickboxing. So if you're more interested in boxing, kickboxing, more so than kung fu, then that would be one route to go. But really good instructor. He really knows his stuff. What I'm going to do is not a boxing demonstration, so take that in mind. It is strictly cardio kickboxing, and some people are not interested in the martial art itself, but just the workout. And so if that is what you're interested in, I do offer cardio kickboxing as well as weightlifting and running and power stretching. So let's go through some of the exercises. Oh, and I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. That's why I have this shirt, Be Like Water. I love the philosophy of, empty your mind, be shapeless, formless like water. When water enters the cup, it becomes the cup. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. So I'm paraphrasing, but that was Bruce Lee's quote. I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee, both as a martial artist, but also as an athlete, and as well as a philosopher. I think that principle can guide you in many avenues of life. Do not limit yourself, but be flexible and learn. Okay, so let's do one circuit of a few exercises, and then I'll finish it with the bag. So the first exercise I'm going to do is a tricep extension. Now I'm using 35-pound weights. For those who are new to exercise, do lighter weights. Maybe do 5. And for some people, maybe 3 pounds. And if you are new to exercise, I highly recommend going to a doctor to get clearance to start an exercise routine before you start any of this. But definitely if and when you start and you're new to exercise, start light. It's better to err on the side of caution than to try to push yourself and get injured. I've been exercising for years. I'm a 10-time marathon runner, and I've been weightlifting for years. And so, I'm at the level where I can do 35 pounds, but for those of you who are starting or new or, just barely started exercising, please go easy, do much lighter weights. So the first exercise I'm going to do is a tricep extension. It's important when you exercise to breathe correctly. So the mnemonic I use is exhale on exertion. So exertion is just the main exercise, the pushing or pulling if it's a pulling based exercise. So for example, on a bench press, when you're pressing, that's the exertion. You're going to breathe out and then breathe in as you come back. And it's usually better to go faster on the exertion. So that breathing is very important. All right, so here's the tricep extension. And I do both sides. All right. So if you're trying to do full body, here's one thing I like to do: uppercuts with a squat. So start it with a squat. So for that exercise, I am using tricep and then also the shoulder. anterior deltoids. I'm also using the serratus muscle, which is the side of the abdominal area, and to some extent the obliques, which are the love handles. As I'm squatting, I'm using my quads and glutes to push myself up. And then, as you saw, I did pivot, so I was also working calves. Now this next exercise is the lawnmower. So I'm going to do a squat with it. And I do both sides. Now I'm going to do wrist curls. So what you do is you curl your wrist, and that's going to work your forearms, which is good for grip. If you swing your arms all the way, you should also feel it in your triceps. And if you have a bench somewhere, you can add bench press. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the boxing. And if you want to add some kicks, here's a Muay Thai kick. You could also do a side kick. But that can happen if you do a side kick. If you're new to this, I suggest sticking to boxing. So I'll do that at the end of each circuit, but that's a good way to spice up your workout and add variety and make it more fun. Regardless of how you get into your workout routine, it's always good to do what motivates you the most. Now I wish everyone a happy and healthy new year, prosper, and I hope you reach all your dreams and goals. Take care.